Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
Pumas, one of the big clubs in Mexico, the Big Four, and they have a following to match, nigh on 70,000 proudly parading their colours. There's the whistle, and here we go. Well, this is a guy who has pushed back the boundaries year on year. A brilliant maverick who just, Jim, seems to go on and on.
Yeah, he's simply the boss, Peter. Everyone else, including us, just the supporting cast in an act where he will always take centre stage.
And the Zlatan show, Zlatan is the only star.
I'm not arguing.
Well, they can break here. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Pele aims beyond the defence, and Hullet! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Hullet really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Now, can they get him away? And that interception was most... And the finish! I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Koeman cuts it out. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
And he's picked it up out wide. And the shot! It's a loose ball. Now he's off and running. Great defending, strong and determined. Otto puts them all in. Pele. Chance here to counter. And that's put paid to a promising move. Takes a shot! He's scored! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Pumas are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So the first moment of real significance.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
He's having a shot!
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Oh, this is a great position. It's crossed into the middle. That's a decent clearance. Hullet can be a real threat inside the box. And this is Ibrahimovic. Shot could be on. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. He'll try to keep this alive. Howson. Vieira. Now it's Mbappe. And it's Hullet. Hullet is fouled. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range.
Yeah, this could well be defining when you're looking back on events.
Ibrahimovic! Denied by a great piece of goalkeeping.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Pumas are looking to go forward now. Cafu, he is just caressing the ball. He's picked his way through. Gattuso is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. It's a searching pass, chips it through. Mbappe. Strong running down that left flank. And it's Vieira. And here's Hullet. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Mbappe. The ball has bounced loose now. Mbappe was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Davids gets a foot in and wins the ball.
Sporting truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Pele. Sporting finding their passes. Cafu. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Goes long and straight. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Rijkaard. It's a pretty loose pass. Mbappe. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Best. That is good strength.
Se agregará un minuto al tiempo reglamentario.
Pele. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. And there's the end of the first half. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
So we're just settling back into this second half.
Sporting can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Pele. Davids gets over and intercepts. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Mbappe. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. And this is Ibrahimovic. And he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. Now it's Mbappe. Ibrahimovic takes control of it and he's on the move. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Mbappe. That's a good ball out wide. Looking for options for movement. Best is wide and looking to get onto this. Oh, he's gifted it to the opposition. He's been taken down and the referee has pointed at the spot. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. This then to draw level. Well, would you believe that?
I never really looked comfortable over that. I had a feeling this might happen.
And this is Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic! Oh, split-second reaction.
Ibrahimovic actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Sporting are very much in the game and matching the opposition for chances.
Best. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Looking to play him in, and he was quick to react. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Oh, perfectly. It's Ibrahimovic! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Looking for a runner. Floated through. Mbappe! It's loose now and they want to get it back.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
There's a sharp little ball here. He's being urged to shoot. Pele plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Threads one in, chips it through. Aviati claims comfortably. Knocks it into space. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Mbappe. Quality ball. No, that's been intercepted. Mbappe. Best. That's been slipped through. It's Ibrahimovic! He should have put that one away.
Well, the keeper spared a few blushes here. Going 2 down at this stage would have made it an awful long way back.
Corner number 2 then.
Bumazunam clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
That's really well manoeuvred. Nicely aimed pass. Ambitious ball here. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Takes the shot! And that's a real chance missed.
Well, he's clearly feeling that he could pretty much have the job done. He may well get another chance, you know.
Well, that has not gone well.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
And now the breakaway. The final moments of a game that has been pretty compelling overall.
All they need is one big chance, and it may do the trick.
Pele. Defending was strong and firm. Now it's Mbappe. Well read, nice interception.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Just 5 minutes remaining now. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge.
Sporting are stuck in central.
Ibrahimovic! It's off target and by quite a way.
Hay un cambio en el campo de juego. Número 18.
There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Número 20. Número 7.
And he's forced to go back. In with the challenge. He is through here.
Bumazunam really wanted that 2-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Pull it.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Not the most accurate pass. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. So in the end, 1 goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine... So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Mbappe. And he stands tall, impenetrable. That's a quick free kick. And here's Mbappe. Rijkaard wins the duel this time. Howson calmly anticipates. That looks a decent ball. Gets into some space. Great chance! And it's come back out to him. Lofted it. Climbs up big. Crossbar comes to the rescue. Bullet! Firm header just off target.
That's a really decent chance. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
And that's played in low. Oh, this looks sharp. And now a sudden chance to counter. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Sporting have definitely started much the stronger. They're far more creative.
Robson is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. That has not gone well. Looking for options for movement. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into his stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick a spot and finish everything off.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Cafu is always looking to play quality balls. And it's Hullet. Pele. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Mbappe. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Robson. Pumas applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
Yeah, and there are so much of them, but, of course, the returns can be terrific. Vieira. Pele. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, what has happened here? And this is Hullet. Ibrahimovic. And it's Rijkaard. And he's picked it up out wide. Best. And it's Otto. Hullet. And they can counter here. That's a cute ball. And this is Hullet.
Well, the moans and groans.
Applies the finish! Now, who's going to be first to this? Mbappe. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And he welcomes it in. He's shifting through the chance! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Robson. He's a sharp little ball. Oh no, what has happened here? And this is Hullet. Gattuso. Mbappe. And he's worked it through. Mbappe driving forwards.
That's good defensive concentration.
Played out wide. That's a shade optimistic. And that'll be the final action of the first half. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Sporting should be well in front based on the number of chances they've had, and you can sense a little anxiety around the stadium for fear that this game might just get a little away from them now.
Well, after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change, perhaps, after half-time. And the second half gets underway.
Sporting clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
He won't be happy with that one. Spread it left. Ah, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Hullet aimed beyond the defence. It's a promising position. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable. Sporting couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting...
And Hullet! Well, there's contact there one way or another. Oh, it's a penalty. Sporting presented with a golden opportunity here to get them off and running. Doubt. Not a twitch, not a blink.
Yeah, the keeper was trying to make him think that he was going to dive one way here. Could have just held a little longer.
Sporting have fired themselves in front.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Pumas looking to pass their way through. Short changes him with that pass. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. The message is clear, none shall pass. Robson is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Your impression so far, Jim?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour. Pumas Unam really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
And a chance! And he has kept it out somehow.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Sporting have their second corner now. Somewhat off target. And now they can spring out of defence. That is ended up in no man's land. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Pumas Unam clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Pelé. Cafu. Looking for the run. Cafu, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving. He gets big! In he goes again! Keeper's not concerned by that.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
So the team separated just by the one goal, which came early in the second period. 1-0 the score. Mbappe! Oh, sweet feet. And there's the shot! Just about up to 75 minutes. It's a pretty loose pass. There's the man who is effectively the team's security policy. Mbappe. Now that's well seen too. Now he's off and running. Cafu cuts out the pass. Great vision. This looks promising.
Sporting surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Now it's Mbappe. Otto kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. He's going for goal! And that would have been game, set and match.
And that reaction says it all. They had a real chance to tighten the screw there, and it's been blown.
Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. He's in plenty of space here. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And the finish! Turns and goes back.
Sporting really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
Could try cutting inside here. He's having a shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? This is the time you need that pace.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Koeman gets across to intercept that. Knocks it into space. Howson.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer, and quickly.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Hullet picking up the Man of the Match award. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Nicely shaped ball. Vieira wins the duel this time. Looking for options for movement. Best.
I think in Christian Abbiati you have one of the best Italian goalkeepers of his generation.
Must be.
Yeah. Oh, on the international.
Could be danger here. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Cafu. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Best. And he's on a charge. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Couldn't squeeze it through. Gattuso. Best. He's got away. The movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Mbappe receives it in a wide position. Cafu is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. It's Ibrahimovic! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Well, that should get the job done. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, that's a key interception. Robson is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Still goalless at the moment. Abbiati claims confidence. Mbappe.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
And that pass is somewhat less... He's gone for goal!
Talk about asking for trouble. We all know he's more than capable of hitting the target from there.
Nice looking ball. Cafu carries the ball down the right. Now this could be a chance. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. And the finish! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
It's their second corner of the game. Header! And he's done it! First blood drawn. It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Pumas have taken the lead.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Pele can see things others simply cannot. He's tried one! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And again! They've done it! They're level in a trice.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
A really thumping header, absolutely crashes it in.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Ambitious ball here. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. And once more, he proves rigid and robust. And the through ball. Gattuso. Best. Howson makes the interception. Can he get it through? Gattuso. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Oh, good spread.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Mbappe! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Corner number 3 coming up.
Se agregará un minuto al tiempo reglamentario.
Into stoppage time, whistle due any moment. Well, that looks a decent ball. Good ball, good take. That is a crunching tackle. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. So we reach the halfway point.
Oh, what a half of football. It's 1-1, but it could easily be 3-3 or more. Breakneck speed brilliance.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. And we're already back up and running after half-time. Zanetti. Rijkaard. Now it's Hullet. Oh, well played, well played. Pumas looking to pass their way through. And that could set him on his way. He's shifting through the gears here.
Been there, done that, unfortunately. You immediately want to have another go. Believe me on that.
Looking to play him in. There will be a throw-in. Robson looking for a runner. He's in plenty of space here. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
Hay un cambio en el campo de juego. Número
So,
2.
time for changes
Número
on
18.
both sides, actually.
Entran número 7, número 17. Se está realizando un cambio.
Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. And it's Otto. Pele. He's a sharp little ball here. Can he latch on to this? Oh, that's a vigorous challenge. He's been bundled over, that is a foul. He knew what was coming, that's a yellow card.
Well, they're struggling to cope with a pacey dribble because they've not been at it as a team. I think the collective pressure needs to be better all around.
Pele is eyeing up his options in the middle. So who is the target now? He's having a look at what's available. Ibrahimovic. Mbappe. There's the shot! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different. Quarter of an hour into the second half. Sporting are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Oh, no joy this time. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Mbappe unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Sporting clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
That's been cut out, well played. Best. Terrific header. Goal! Sporting! And the comeback is complete. What a header. Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
He's going to be disappointed with that. Nicely spread. The less said about that pass, the better. Distributed tidily. Mbappe going full steam down the flank. Collier.
Sporting surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now. Decent attempt, that, just a little mistimed.
And it's Hullet. That is a great pick out. Now it's Mbappe. Koeman demonstrating his defensive quality there. Mbappe is herring after that one. And this is Ibrahimovic. Robson. Now it's Mbappe. Aims beyond the defence. And he was quick to react. It's a promising position. Looking for the run. But that has not gone well. Vieira looking to provide the solidity his team so need. No, that's been intercepted. Oh, this looks sharp. Howson promptly onto that, and that is that. Knocks it into space. Great vision. Look at the space here. And a shot! Oh, it rattles the bar.
Sporting nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. Tries to play it through. Mbappe. Can he get on the end of this? Well seen, saw that coming. That's that, the end. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. Terrific recovery, a really fine win that, Jim Beglin.
They've taken it.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. Well, I'm Peter Drury and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Pumas, one of the big clubs in Mexico, the Big Four, and they have a following to match. Nigh on 70,000 proudly parading their colours. We have already started here. Pumas have opted for a 4-4-2 formation. Well, he's gone for goal! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Sporting are looking to go forward now. Mbappe gets over and intercepts. Best's cross. Climbs up big! No, couldn't quite control it.
Oh, what a great leap. He had no right to get to that.
And claimed it back swiftly. And the pass is intercepted. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Here's a shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Ibrahimovic actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Corner number 2 then. Well, there's contact there one way or another. Oh, it's a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. So this the chance to fire his team in front. 1-0, never any doubt. Not a twitch, not a blink.
Well, I'm not sure what body language the keeper was trying to read, but it didn't work.
Sporting are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Bullet. Vieira. And he cuts out the supply, looking for a runner. The less said about that pass, the better. And that is as far as they're going to go. Vieira.
Sporting are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Bullet gets on the end of things as a matter of habit. And he shoots! It's off target and by quite a way.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper.
Somewhat off target. Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. Vieira. Howson promptly onto that, and that is that. Zanetti. And here's the chance to counter. Oh, played through for the wide man. Ibrahimovic. Pumas have their third corner. He's had a shot! And that is wildly off target. Nicely weighted ball. Zanetti cuts it out. Ibrahimovic. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And it's Gattuso. Howson.
Pumas Unam are totally dominant in the middle of the park, and no way through zone.
And here comes the corner. Pumas get their fourth corner. Schmeichel breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Sporting have the chance to go the other way. Vieira just eases him off the ball. Best.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And he's got the beating of his right card! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Rijkaard certainly looked hungry and exciting on the ball. Confidence is at play here.
Time and again they are repelled. That's really well manoeuvred. Nicely worked. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Pull it. That's a sharp pass. Pumas have reclaimed it. Best very much a man of this moment. Otto makes the interception. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And it's Zanetti. He's in plenty of space here. Shoots!
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
And this is Ibrahimovic. Pull it. Always onto this. He's in a good... Henson! He scores! A probing pass. Rijkaard is in a really good position out wide. Hausen.
Se agregarán 3 minutos al tiempo reglamentario.
That is a brilliant interception. And this is Hullet. Shapes to shoot! They've scored! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like...
There's the whistle for half-time. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Sporting are level pegging at half-time then, and it's a finely balanced game. 1-1 the score.
Estacionado en la salida principal del estadio. El auto está a punto de ser remolcado. Preséntese, por favor.
So we're into the second 45. Vieira conjures time and space where few can.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And here's Ibrahimovic. Goes for a shot! Now that is commitment to the cause. They're up to 5 corners now. They've played it short, and it's pulled back. Cruyff, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. And that's been won straight back. Pele puts his foot on the gas. Pull it. Pumas can breathe again, just.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Good take, and is he in? That pass has been well intercepted. Best. Best. Well, they could break here. Now, that looks a decent ball. Well, played right into his path. And he's in on goal. And the shot! Goal! Sporting! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Sporting are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Foot in. Pele. And he was quick to react. Vieira.
This is the time you need that pace.
No, he's not played the ball, that's a foul. Cruyff. And here's Mbappe. He's found a way through. Big chance! Oh, terrible pass. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe, not the most accurate pass. Davids. And it's Ibrahimovic. And here's Mbappe. And it's Ibrahimovic. Now it's Hullet. Best. Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. It's a pretty loose pass. Pele, he's free, he has got space. And the shot! And it's in! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. A killer pass, perfectly delivered.
Sporting go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
That has the feeling of a breath of fresh air, Peter, and now they can fill their lungs and just blow them away.
And it's Hullet. Now, can they get him away? Oh, he's found support out wide. And that's the keeper's ball. Played into space. Neatly clipped into space. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Best. He shot, surely!
Best made it all look so simple there before he invited his own complications.
Entrará al campo número 7.
And it's Hullet. Pele. Now it's Mbappe. Odo. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Now it's Hullet. Cruyff. Cafu. Now Cruyff. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Knocks it into space. Hullet. Howson gets a foot in here. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Mbappe. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. And no, that was never going to make it. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Sporting have done it with iron, with pragmatism, the sort you expect from a team like this. Admirable, enjoyable, and look how they reacted to that initial setback. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere, and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. He gets big! There it is!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Certain, searing, and imperious.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Sporting are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Tries to play it through. And it's Zanetti. Zanetti crosses. Keeper has taken decisive action. Has a look and plays it forward. Oh, there's a probing ball. He is through here. A lot of space ahead of him. Header! Decent enough try.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close. That looks a cracking ball.
Shot, surely! Oh, crossbar! And that's caused a worry or two.
Yeah, it's good movement though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Rijkaard. Quarter of an hour played. Played into space out wide. Oh, what a climb! It's hit the upright. And that is expertly dealt with. Sporting are one down despite having the better chances here. Dink through. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Davids! Davids! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on.
Vieira can see things others simply cannot.
Sporting are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Shapes to shoot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Gattuso.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. And here's Cruyff. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And pull it! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And now they can spring out of defence. Rijkaard could try cutting inside here. Hoist it in. He rises! And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Played out to the left flank. Looking for options for movement. Vieira.
Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Pele in the hunt and looking threatening. Played over towards the opposite flank.
Good switch, that.
Back into the middle. Passing nice and neat. Gets into some space. He's got full. Davids. Now, what about a counter-attack? No, he's just misjudged that one. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Rijkaard.
Vamos ter minuto de compensação.
Howson. And he welcomes it. Mbappe! Mbappe! Irrepressible! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
Gorgeous! There is the half-time whistle. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, I think the manager should be pretty happy that his side managed to come in on level terms. Things seem to be going a little against them, but they stemmed the tide, got their equaliser, and I think we're in for an exciting second half now.
That's a really interesting game, and they head in at half-time at 1-1. And we are already promptly back. And pull it!
Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
Oh, it was such a clever pass that plummets the defence, and it could well be revisited, this.
It's their second corner of the game. They've played it short. And it's Vieira. Not the most accurate pass. Davids. Rijkaard. Pull it. Great vision. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Pelé. And it's Hullet. All the way back. Cafu. Howson. Nicely aimed pass. Howson. Cafu. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Could move up a gear here. Oh, that's fabulous. Mbappe. Oh, it's played into the area.
Been there, done that, unfortunately. You immediately want to have another go. Believe me on that. Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Oh, that's a key interception.
Oh, great feat, that.
Ibrahimovic! And somehow it stayed out. Vieira. And the shot! Cruyff looking to be a menace in the final third. And he shoots! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
That has not gone well. And he's picked out the run. I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
Vamos dar lugar a uma substituição.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. And that's put paid to a promising move. He's had it taken off him. Oh, they could break here. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And that's really well manoeuvred. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Pass is just off target. Mbappe, and they can counter here. That looks a cracking ball. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Pele, and it's lofted through here.
Sporting clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for...
And Hullet! They've got to be quick to recover this. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And here's Mbappe. Oh, this looks sharp.
Mbappe really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
That's pretty clear, it is a foul. Yellow or red, it is red. Well, Jim, I suppose that was the only possible outcome in the circumstances.
He really ended up between a rock and a hard place then, Peter. Probably took the harder choice.
Well, this looks promising in terms of distance and angle.
And it's no surprise to see who's taking responsibility here.
He's having a shot! And that's a real chance missed.
Rui Costa has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it.
Well, there's the clearance. Sporting have the chance to go the other way. Well, that pass isn't the best. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And this is Hullet. He's a sharp little ball here, and he's made sure that's not getting through. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Vinicius Junior is herring after that one. And he's worked it through. Now it's Mbappe. It's a good big header. Oh yes, it's there, and that may just do it. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Pumas take what looks to be a decisive lead. Mbappe! And that is the end of it. They hung on right till the finish. Well, this was a game they could so easily have won on another day, but alas... So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands.
I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself.
The action has already started.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Pelé.
Ball is over the line.
Well-timed, excellent interception. Now it's Mbappe. Not the most accurate pass.
And they're not going to make any further progress now.
Now it's Hullet. He's found a way through. Shoots! It's there!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early. Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
Sporting are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Looking for the run.
Played into space out wide.
And he was quick to react. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Pelé running with the ball. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case.
Ball's gone out of play.
And that was nowhere near his best. Sporting are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. And here's Hullet. Great ball, and he's in here. It's loose now, and they want to get it back. Mbappe is always... Big chance!
Really well taken goal. They have come roaring back.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Well, at one stage, he was being body-checked, Peter, and then the next minute, it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
Sporting grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Oh, that's well spotted. Pumas finding their passes. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair.
The referee has given a corner.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Pumas are looking to go forward now. Zanetti. Looking to play him in. He's through here. Mbappe.
Might want to be careful there.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Pelé plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone.
There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. Ibrahimovic! Oh, it's a foul. It could be a penalty.
Sporting present their opponents with the best possible chance here.
Dealing with the pressure.
And he hits the net!
A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
I just think the keeper committed himself too early.
Pumas take the lead. Bullet. Rijkaard. Spread out to the left. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
That's a lovely, neat pass. And it's Ibrahimovic. Now that looks a decent ball. Pass is just off target. But he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Pelé. Vieira. Rijkaard. And that's been intercepted. Nicely weighted ball. Now it's Bullet. That'll be a corner. Sporting have their second corner now. Bullet with the short one. Drilled in low. And now they can spring out of defence. He is through here. Otto. Deep cross. Big header! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Mbappe engages and forces him off the ball. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Sporting really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Well, the referee has made it pretty clear now that this is his last chance.
Yeah, and he has to change his ways, or this referee could soon change his status.
That has ended up in no man's land. Oh, that's neat. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now, this could be a chance. Mbappe. Gattuso demonstrating his defensive quality there. It's a pretty loose pass. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He has a look up. And pull it! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. Sporting on the spot for parity. Back in business. Not much more than a formality.
Should we have ever doubted him? Cool as you like.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. He's on it. Can he get away? He's through. It's one. Can he finish? They've scored! And again they hit the front. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Pumas Unam are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Substituição para o Sporting.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Been replaced here, Jim. What do you think? Injury?
Yeah, I think this is for his own good in the longer term. He's picked up a knock that he can't quite shake off, and common sense has prevailed here. There's no point in aggravating the injury.
Pumas get themselves into the lead.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Pumas are looking to break at pace. Good ball over the top. He's being urged to shoot. Sporting can breathe again, just.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be serious trouble lay in store. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Now it's Hullet. Can he get it through? Oh, he's got a crucial block in there. Mbappe. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Played out to the left flank. Might be danger here. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Sporting are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Yeah. Now it's Cruyff, and it's Hullet. Pelé! Pelé! Superb from Pelé! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! They've done it again! It is incredible!
Well, this is just incredible. I mean, who would have seen this? Neither manager, I think. It's all happening.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get press from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
Takes a shot!
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Davids. Hullet. And that pass just didn't quite work. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Pumas Unam clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Great vision. Thinks about the shot. Hullet showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Now it's Cruyff.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
And the shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Mbappe is offering a right smile there.
The message is simple: defend this with your lives.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And they've got a throw. Rui Costa is always scanning the pitch for targets. Oh, terrible pass. Now this could be a chance. And he shoots! Oh, what about that? And that may just do it. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Rui Costa demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Pumas take what looks to be a decisive lead.
Well, look, Peter, I feel I've got to stress that there's still time for another, so we can't be too presumptuous yet.
Tries to play it through. Best, and he's in on it. He's having a shot! And it's in! Dying minutes, and we're all square again.
Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just...
And that will be it. What a game, a contest of ferocity and marvellous talent from start to finish.
How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Listen, the more this game went on, a draw was always likely to be on the card. So overall, I don't think anyone will be complaining too much about what they've got.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be.
I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform.
And as you can see, we've already started here.
Mbappe! Now it's Mbappe. Oh, that's well spotted. And here's Mbappe.
Mbappe really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Oh, this looks sharp. And here's Mbappe. Pele in acres of space out wide. No, that's been intercepted.
I think in Christian Abbiati, you have one of the best Italian goalkeepers of his generation.
Must be.
Yeah. Oh, on the international scene, he's always been overshadowed, I suppose.
Chance! Goal! Sporting! And Sporting score first. Simplicity itself.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
Pumas are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them.
And the score is 1-0.
That has not gone well. Mbappe. Mbappe! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Mbappe has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Back into the middle.
Gullit constantly looking for the ball into the box. Pelé knocks it into space. Mbappe could try cutting inside here. Sporting are seeing a lot of the ball and have a 1-0 lead to show for it. Sporting do have a chance to counter here. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Odo going vertical. And they can counter here. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Howson gets a foot in here, and the counter is on. Pelé. Vieira. Pelé has found the net here, of course. Pelé. He's free, he has got space. Some resolute defending there. Now it's Mbappe.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Ibrahimovic, can he get on the end of this? Floated through. Schmeichel breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Nicely weighted ball. Ibrahimovic was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Shot shapes to shoot! Pelé. Robson. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now it's Gullit. Pelé. The ball has bounced loose now. Shoots! Sticks it away! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Well, it's taken a big deflection, but boy, he will want that one. Sporting are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
Can he get it through? Mbappe tries a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Now it's Pelé. And that's a dangerous ball. Rijkaard knocks it out wide, threads one in. Mbappe applies the finish! They've got to be quick to recover this. Gullit. Ibrahimovic. Cafu gets over and intercepts. He's in space and looking for options. Cleared away.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Vamos ter minuto de compensação.
That has been knocked clear. Gullit, and he's been shifted off it. That's a little off target. And there is the half-time whistle. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Sporting certainly can feel happy about how things have gone, but now isn't the time to take their foot off the pedal. They need to keep pushing, keep imposing, don't leave the door open for the opposition.
Sporting ahead 2-0, and they are looking good. There's the start of the second half. Dink through. Pelé can see things others simply cannot. It's a pretty loose pass. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Best. That is a crunching tackle. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Best. Played out wide. Cafu. Good ball, good. He's having a shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And the shot, he's had a shot! Brilliant from Pelé! He's got himself an peach. And they are pulling clear here. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Sporting are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
And yes, it's him again. Sporting find a... Oh, that is asking for trouble. Now it's Hullet. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Pele has his eye on that match ball.
Well, I think he's got a good...
Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. And that's going to be a booking. And it's Hullet. He's having a go! Oh, that is rather wayward.
It's certainly a bold attempt, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shame he didn't work the keeper a bit more, though.
Mbappe is herring after that one. Mbappe! Vieira. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Pull it. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And here's Mbappe. Pele. Spread it left. Now, what about a counter-attack? And it's Davids. Goes for goal! And for sure, that was not one of his best.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Cafu tries to pass it through. He's shifting through the gears here. Gets himself into trouble and he's lost it. Pull it. That is good alertness. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Pele comes under pressure and it's come loose.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Can he spark a counter here? Robson. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Sporting clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Ibrahimovic caresses it through. Cafu. Hullet might just make this. Pele looking for the run. And this is Hullet. He's on it. Can he get away? Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep.
Sporting have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Now it's Mbappe. Sporting are closing in on a comfortable win. And here's Hullet. Well, that's pretty clear. It is a foul. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Está a proceder-se a uma substituição.
He's shaping up to have a crack from here. Hullet! It's a loose ball. Best. Davids. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Mbappe. Not the most accurate pass. He won't be happy with that one. He's in a great position here. Vieira, a picture of focus and alertness. There's the shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Not the most convincing of passes. And here's Mbappe. Played out towards the right wing.
Pele. No, it's come to nothing. And that is that. Sporting pretty much in utopia, imposing themselves in the manner they wanted. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary and we should be in for something very special.
We have already started here.
And he's being shifted off it. Now it's Mbappe. And there's green grass ahead of him.
The Dutch introduced total football to the world, and in many ways, Ruud Gullit is the perfect example.
Well, he really could play in any position.
Yes, he started as a sweeper and showed that he could play anywhere in midfield and indeed up front. Big, strong and absolutely gifted.
And he welcomes it in. Oh, given away. Schmeichel. That's Vieira. Gullit chasing after it. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Mbappe, and the shot! It's hit the crossbar. Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
He actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
Best. Looking for Ibrahimovic! Well, both starting the game at a pretty decent tempo. Robson is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. And Gullit! Goal! Sporting! One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Sporting have fired themselves in front.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Oh, that was vital. Now it's Gullit. Well, played right into his path. And he's managed to get free. Oh, such a... Mbappe! Oh, nice. Just not quite.
Well, that was certainly bold, Peter. He's never short on confidence.
Sporting are seeing a lot of the ball and have a 1-0 lead to show for it. Can he get it through? Oh, he's found support out wide. Header! It's loose. Oh no, this does... And again! Rijkaard. Pumas upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They want it back as quickly as they can get it, and they're hunting in packs to do just that.
Good to watch.
It really is. It's rugged and robust.
He's having a shot! It's there! And once more, we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character. Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
Pumas grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant. Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Oh, no joy this time. Now it's Hullet. And this is Pele. Pinches it off him. Oh, they can break here. Oh, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. It's a searching pass. Best. He's got away. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. And the counter is on. Best. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Just 5 minutes left until the break. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And he's in on goal. Shapes to shoot! Mbappe! Oh, how good is that? About as smooth as it gets. And the comeback is complete. Gorgeous, just gorgeous.
Oh, how does he get the ball to do that? He's on another level to most of his peers.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the...
He's having a go! Oh, full marks for that effort.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
It's a lovely, neat pass. Howson gets across to intercept that. Played through into space. Mbappe providing an outlet on that flank. This possibly the last play of the half. Hullet plays it short. Hullet. And we hit half-time. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. So we reach the halfway point.
Oh, what a half. It's been pulsating and totally absorbing. We're actually headed for a potential classic if this carries on. This is insanely good.
And we are already promptly back underway.
Sporting really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Ball is over the line. Oh, that's a key interception. Howson is the team's great visionary. And they've got rid. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Now he's off and running. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Now it's Mbappe. That's an imaginative pass. And it's been given away. Yeah. Gullit goes steaming forward. Can he finish? Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Mbappe deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Oh, that looks a good ball through. Howson. Still they trail, and time is ticking away. Howson spots it and intercepts. Good running, strong and purposeful. Best. Driving on and making good progress. Floated through. Vieira. Mbappe. Best. Davids. Well, that looks a decent ball. Oh, super find. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Gullit. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Cafu. Vieira. Sporting looking to pass their way through. Good play on the left-hand side here. Pumas do have a chance to counter here. Spread neatly. And that has been cleared. And the pass is intercepted. And that could set him on his way.
There they go, hunting again.
Mbappe showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And that pass just didn't quite work. Vieira. Out to the right. And here's Gullit. Knocks it into space. Mbappe receives it in a wide position.
Sporting really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Has a shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. That is good alertness. Howson kept his eye on it, and he's there. Gullit is onto this. Oh, truly brave defending.
Well, what can you say about that? Just about everything was...
Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. Well, that's a booking, always looked it.
Está a acontecer uma substituição.
Cantona taking charge of the dead ball. This the perfect chance to extend the advantage. That's a decent clearance. Oh, good ball! Sporting are looking desperate here. He's had a shot! Really well taken goal. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. That's been cut out, well played. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Gullit. Well read, and the danger is averted.
And that is as far as it goes. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end. Momentum...